Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh here, and it's day 17 of the franchise broker journey. To be very honest, I am completely overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed just because we just met, I want to say, maybe about 80 different brands in such a short period of time. Like we were doing basically. Like kind of like speed dating, where we were meeting a brand for 5 minutes, you go on to the next brand, the next brand, the next brand. So that in and of itself is an overload of information. Then you're networking and connecting with a lot of different people. Then of course, I just got off of training. I'm still running the digital marketing business, so it was just like an overload of a lot of information. And then you just try to I do the workouts and stuff like that in the morning. This is my rest day actually on Wednesday, so I was going to go play pickleball. Also learned how to play pickleball this weekend, so it was a lot of new things this weekend. But obviously with the little one on the way in January, um, saying goodbye to Star Grandma, it was and has been definitely a season of change for these last like 4 months. And it'll be for the last probably 2 months, and then it will be for the next couple months. But one of the things that I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany about is like how I want to approach this broker business. It's like I was still kind of up in the air on exactly how I wanted to do it. I think I want to lean heavily into this content creation. I think that that's going to be a big thing. For me, it's going to be in my superpowers. But I think one of the things that can kind of get you overwhelmed is because having to like refresh so many things. And I think that that's going to be kind of top of mind, that I'm going to have to focus on, is just getting those things in place and just recalibrating that and seeing what that looks like. But still working on the digital marketing business. Ops manager is out, which has also been a big thing. Like as you go on this conference, then the ops manager is out. And it just honestly shows me that there's a lot of kind of dependency that we have on people, which is important. You want to have quality people, but at the same time, the people are quality, but the people are people. So you have to figure out, especially in this day and age, like how can you um, build something, I think, that is very much so amplified by the people that you have on your team, but it's not as dependent. And that includes me, honestly. I think the more that you have things that are completely like dependent upon you, the more you don't have as much of a business. So that's really one of the really cool things about franchising in general, is that you get to kind of set that up. But the big things that I've taken away is that you definitely want to make sure that you have your ethics. Overall, as a broker, it's just going to be so important. Um, to make sure that you are doing your due diligence. The next thing is knowing your inventory, and then probably these is going to be the biggest part of that. And maybe the fourth thing is going to be um, making sure you understand as much as you can about your potential candidates. So I think those things end up taking you into the place where you can end up being like a really stellar broker. I believe, like just from what I've seen, the biggest gap is potentially related to the the leads generation, and that's where I'm really kind of laser focused, honed in on, because just from the talks that I've heard, this week is just along the lines of the cost of leads are continuing to go up. And when you're spending as much as you're spending on leads, which I think leads range anywhere from like 50 to 150. I've heard, I haven't actually purchased leads, but that's some of the numbers that I've seen, and you're not guaranteed anything if you have these leads. So especially as a younger rep, less seasoned rep, I'm trying to get those reps in, to make sure that I continue to kind of get better with my conversation. But the good thing is I definitely know a lot of business, having built a business, but also like having the podcast in and of itself. So I can speak directly to that. Franchising is just kind of like a new language. There's a lot of different concepts, but at the heart of it, they are businesses. They were started by entrepreneurs. They were started with a vision, and they just were replicated in a way. So often they should be stronger, I should say, in their operations and their systems and things like that. But you learn more, you continue to kind of get smarter. But I think the leads part, the marketing part, and probably the sales part is, I think, what is the biggest gap, and I think that's what people are going to be looking for. So that's kind of the journey as of today. I took a rest day. I don't know when we get started. I believe it might be like 8:30 or so I'm going to go ahead and continue with my morning routine, just ease into today and get ready to kind of go home, because I'm happy to go home and see the family for sure.